Hello and welcome back to English Speaking Corner. I am so happy you have found this quiet moment in your day to practice with us. This is your safe space to listen, to speak, and to build the confidence you need for the real world. Today, we are going to talk about something very special. It is something that separates a beginner student from a confident, sophisticated speaker. Hi, everyone. It is great to be here with you. Today's topic is one of my favorites because it is completely invisible until you point it out. It is about how we sound to other people.
Exactly. Have you ever felt that you are saying the correct words, the grammar is perfect, but the person you are talking to looks a little confused, or maybe they look a little bit unhappy?
It happens all the time. You might walk into a coffee shop and say, "Give me a coffee." Grammatically, subject, verb, object, it is correct. But socially, it feels cold. It feels demanding.
That is what we call the direct translation trap. In many languages, being direct is normal. It shows efficiency. But in English, especially in the UK, the US, or Canada, being too direct can sound aggressive. We use what we call softening language to show politeness and respect.
Softening language is like adding a cushion to your words. It makes your requests land softly. It makes you sound friendly, professional, and fluent.
So today, we are going to practice this together. We will take direct sentences, the kind that might sound a bit rude, and we will transform them into beautiful, polite English. We have a lot of examples for you to shadow. As always, we will speak slowly and clearly. When you hear the silence, that is your time to speak. Do not just listen. Open your mouth and let the words come out.
Let's start with the most common situation, ordering something. Imagine you are at a cafe, a restaurant, or even a ticket booth. The most natural thing for a learner to say is often, "I want."
I want the menu. I want a ticket. I want the bill. To a native speaker, this sounds like a command. It sounds like a small child demanding a toy. We want you to sound like a capable adult. So we are going to replace I want with two magic phrases. The first one is, I would like.
I would like. It is strong but polite. Let's practice this change. I will say the direct version, and then Sarah will say the soft version. Listen to the difference first.
Direct. I want the menu. Soft. I would like the menu, please.
Direct. I want a coffee. Soft. I would like a coffee, please.
Now it is your turn. I will say the soft version, and I want you to repeat it during the pause. Focus on the feeling of the words. Ready? I would like the menu, please.
I would like the menu, please.
Very good. Let's try another one. Imagine you are at a hotel check-in. Instead of saying, I want a room, try this. I would like a room, please.
I would like a room, please.
Excellent. Now let's go one step further. I would like is great, but could I have is even better for asking for things. It turns the statement into a question. Questions are almost always softer than statements.
Listen to the difference. Statement, give me the water. Question, could I have the water?
Do you hear how the voice goes up at the end? Could I have the water? That rising melody makes you sound friendly. Let's practice this structure. Could I have? Repeat after me. Could I have the bill, please?
Could I have the bill, please?
Notice we almost always add please at the end. It is a small word, but it carries a lot of weight. Let's try ordering food. Imagine you are looking at a delicious sandwich. Ask for it softly. Could I have the chicken sandwich, please?
Could I have the chicken sandwich, please?
Now let's combine them. You are at a coffee shop. It is a busy morning. You get to the front of the line. The barista looks at you. Do not say, I want a latte. Say this instead. Could I have a latte, please?
Could I have a latte, please?
Or use the first phrase we learned. I would like a latte, please.
I would like a latte, please.
Both of these are perfect. They are simple, but they change your image completely. You go from being the tourist who speaks broken English to the polite customer who speaks natural English.
Let's look at a slightly more difficult situation, asking for help. When you need someone to do something for you, direct language can sound very bossy.
Yes. Imagine you are in an office, or maybe you are struggling with a heavy suitcase on a train. If you say, help me, or open the door, you are giving an order. People might do it, but they might feel annoyed. We want to use our modal verbs here. Can, could, and would.
Can is okay, but it is a little informal. Can you open the door is acceptable with friends, but with strangers or in a professional setting, could and would are your best friends.
Let's practice could you. This is your go-to phrase for requests. Listen to the rhythm. Could you help me?
Could you help me?
Now let's add a specific detail. Imagine the door is heavy. You are carrying 2 bags. You see someone nearby. Ask them softly, "Could you hold the door for me, please?"
Could you hold the door for me, please?
Hear how gentle that sounds? Let's try it again. Speak loud and clear. "Could you hold the door for me, please?"
Now, let's try a variation. Would you mind? This is a beautiful phrase. It is very British, very polite, and very useful. But there is a grammar trap here. After would you mind, we must use the ing form of the verb.
That is a very important point. We do not say, "Would you mind open the door?" We say, "Would you mind opening the door?" Let's practice this pattern. I will give you a verb, and I want you to put it into the "would you mind" sentence.
The verb is help.
Would you mind helping me?
Now you try. Repeat after Sarah. Would you mind helping me?
The verb is wait. Imagine you are running late, and you need someone to wait for just 1 minute.
Would you mind waiting for a moment?
Your turn. Would you mind waiting for a moment?
The verb is repeat. This is crucial for English learners. If you didn't understand what someone said, don't just say what or repeat that. Use this phrase.
Would you mind repeating that?
Listen again. Would you mind repeating that?
Now you say it. Imagine you are on the phone and the connection is bad. You need to hear the information again. Would you mind repeating that?
Perfect. One thing to remember with would you mind, the answer is a little strange. If I ask, would you mind opening the window, and you are happy to do it, you technically say no.
That is right. You are saying, "No, I do not mind." It means, "Yes, I will do it." It can be confusing, but usually people just say, "Not at all," or "Sure."
Let's practice the response, just in case. I will ask you a favor. I want you to say, not at all. Ready? Would you mind moving your bag?
Not at all.
Your turn. I ask, would you mind checking this email for me? You say, not at all.
This is such a useful phrase for work. If you are working in an English-speaking environment, or if you plan to, would you mind is essential. It shows you respect your colleagues' time.
Before we move on to our next technique, I want to remind you that if you are finding these phrases useful, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are building a library of these practical lessons, and we want you to be here for every single one.
Absolutely. Now let's move to a slightly more advanced technique. This is for when you need to ask for something that is a bit difficult. Maybe you need a favor that is a big ask, or maybe you need to ask a question that might feel intrusive.
We call this the wondering technique. It uses the phrase, I was wondering if.
I was wondering if. Grammatically, this is the past continuous tense, but we are not talking about the past. We are talking about right now. We use the past tense to create distance. It makes the request feel less direct and therefore more polite. It gives the other person space to say no.
Compare these two. Can I leave early today? Versus, I was wondering if I could leave early today. The second one sounds much more respectful of the boss's authority.
Let's break it down. The first part is always the same. I was wondering if. Try saying just that piece. I was wondering if.
I was wondering if.
Now we add the request. Let's stick with the workplace example. You have a doctor's appointment. You need to leave at 4 p.m. Instead of I need to leave, try this. I was wondering if I could leave early today.
I was wondering if I could leave early today.
Your turn. Shadow Sarah. Focus on the smooth connection between the words. I was wondering if I could leave early today.
Let's try another scenario. You are at a store. You bought a shirt, but it is the wrong size. You want to return it. You could say, I want to return this, but a soft approach is better.
I was wondering if I could return this shirt.
Listen again to the intonation. It is very gentle. I was wondering if I could return this shirt.
Now you try. Imagine you are holding the shirt. You are speaking to the sales clerk. Be polite and confident. I was wondering if I could return this shirt.
Let's try one more. You are at a restaurant. You see a table by the window. It is empty. You are currently sitting near the noisy kitchen. You want to move.
I was wondering if we could move to that table.
I was wondering if we could move to that table.
Your turn. Speak to the waiter. I was wondering if we could move to that table.
This phrase is like magic. It completely changes the atmosphere of the conversation. It takes the pressure off. And when you take the pressure off, people are much more likely to help you.
That is the secret of fluency. It is not about forcing people to understand you. It is about making it easy for them to understand you and to help you. Now, let's talk about the opposite side of the conversation. What happens when you have to say no?
This is really hard for many people. In some cultures, saying no directly is fine. In others, you never say no. You just smile and say nothing. In English, we have a specific way to say no without being rude.
If someone invites you to a party or asks you to do extra work, and you just say no or I can't, it sounds very harsh. It sounds like you are rejecting the person, not just the invitation.
So we use a soft refusal. We usually start with a positive, then we say the no, and then we give a small reason. We call this the sandwich method.
Let's look at an example. A friend invites you to dinner. Do you want to come to dinner tonight? You are busy. Don't say, no, I'm busy.
Instead, start with the positive. I'd love to. Then the no, but I can't. Then the reason. I have to work.
Put it all together. I'd love to, but I can't. I have to work.
It sounds so much nicer. I'd love to shows that you value the friendship. Let's practice this phrase. I'd love to, but I can't.
Repeat after me. I'd love to, but I can't. Now, let's imagine a specific situation. Your colleague asks you for lunch. Hey, do you want to grab some lunch? You brought your own food today. How do you say no politely?
I'd love to, but I brought my lunch today.
Listen to the melody. It is friendly, even though the answer is no. I'd love to, but I brought my lunch today.
Your turn. Practice saying no to the colleague. I'd love to, but I brought my lunch today.
What if the request is not an invitation? What if someone asks you to do something you literally cannot do? For example, can you finish this report by 5 p.m. and you simply don't have time?
In this case, we use the phrase, I'm afraid. It doesn't mean you are scared. It is just a polite way of saying, I am sorry to say this.
I'm afraid I can't do that. This is a very professional way to set a boundary.
Listen to the tone. It is serious but polite. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Let's add a reason. I'm afraid I can't finish it by 5. I have another deadline.
I'm afraid I can't finish it by 5. I have another deadline.
Your turn. Be strong but polite. Use I'm afraid. I'm afraid I can't finish it by 5.
These phrases give you power. They allow you to protect your time and your energy without making enemies. You can say no, and the other person will still respect you.
We have covered a lot of ground today. We went from I want to I would like. We went from help me to would you mind helping me? We learned I was wondering, and we learned how to say a soft no.
These are not just vocabulary lists. These are tools for social survival. When you use these, you tell the world, I understand the culture of English, not just the dictionary definitions.
Before we finish, I want to talk briefly about intonation. We mentioned it earlier, but it is worth repeating. In English, politeness often lives in the music of your voice.
If your voice is flat, like a robot, even polite words can sound rude. Could you help me? If I say it flat, it sounds bored.
You need to engage your voice. Imagine your voice is walking up a small set of stairs at the end of the sentence. Could you help me?
Would you mind?
I'd love to.
Try to exaggerate this when you practice alone. It might feel silly, like you are acting, but to a native speaker, it just sounds friendly and interested.
Let's try one final drill, focusing just on the music. I will give you a short phrase. I want you to say it with a big smile and rising intonation. The phrase is, that would be great.
That would be great.
Feel the energy in it? Try it. That would be great.
One more. I would appreciate that.
I would appreciate that. Your turn. Really mean it. I would appreciate that. Wonderful. You have done some excellent work today. Speaking is a physical activity. Your mouth muscles need to learn these patterns just as much as your brain does.
And remember, you don't have to use all of these at once. Just pick one. Maybe this week you focus purely on could I have instead of I want.
That leads us to our challenge for you. We call it the coffee challenge, but you can do it anywhere. A store, a bus station, a library.
The next time you have to ask for something in English, even if it is just asking for the time, I want you to use one of the softeners we practiced today.
Do not say, what time is it? Say, could you tell me the time, please? Or, I was wondering if you had the time.
Watch the other person's face. See if they smile. See if the interaction feels a little bit warmer.
And if you are not in an English-speaking country right now, you can still do this. Practice it in front of the mirror. Or write your next text message using these phrases. I was wondering if you wanted to chat, instead of let's chat.
Small changes make a big difference. We are so proud of the effort you are putting into your English. It is not easy to learn a new language, but you are doing it, step by step.
If you enjoyed this calm way of learning, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell. It helps us create more of these lessons for you. And tell us in the comments, which phrase was your favorite today? Was it "I was wondering" or maybe "would you mind"?
We love reading your comments. It makes us feel like we are all in a big classroom together.
Thank you for letting us be part of your study routine today. Keep practicing, stay calm, and remember, you are getting better with every single word you speak.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.